Thank you for the offer. I'm excited about the role.
We're glad to hear that.
I'd like to discuss the salary before I accept.
Of course, what do you have in mind?
Based on my experience, I was expecting something a bit higher.
I understand.
Is there flexibility in the base salary?
There may be some room, let me check.
I appreciate the offer, but the number is lower than I hoped.
What range were you targeting?
I was aiming for something closer to $85,000.
Thanks for being clear.
I'm very interested in the position.
That's great to hear.
Before moving forward, I'd like to talk about compensation.
Absolutely, let's discuss it.
I've reviewed the offer carefully.
Okay.
I'd be more comfortable accepting if the salary were adjusted upward.
What adjustment are you requesting?
I believe my background supports a higher salary.
Can you tell me more?
I bring several years of directly relevant experience and strong results.
That's helpful context.
I'm excited about the opportunity, but I want to be transparent about compensation.
I appreciate that.
The current salary feels below market for my level.
We can review that internally.
Thank you again for the offer.
You're welcome.
Is this the strongest number the team can offer?
It may not be final.
I'm comparing a few opportunities right now.
Understood.
Compensation will play a major role in my decision.
That makes sense.
I'm genuinely interested in joining the team.
That's good to hear.
I'd like the offer to better reflect the scope of the role.
Let's talk through that.
I'm currently earning more than the offered base.
I see.
To make this move work, I'd need a stronger salary package.
Thanks for letting me know.
I'd like to discuss a raise during this review.
Okay, what are you hoping for?
I believe my performance and added responsibilities support an increase.
Let's review your case.
Over the last year, I've taken on work beyond my original role.
I agree you've expanded your scope.
I'd like my compensation to reflect that growth.
That's fair to raise.
I wanted to schedule time to discuss salary.
Sure, what's prompting the conversation?
My responsibilities have grown significantly since I joined.
Let's go through them.
I appreciate the annual increase, but I was hoping for a bigger adjustment.
Can you explain your thinking?
My contributions this year were well above my original targets.
I'm open to hearing specifics.
I'd like to revisit my compensation now that I'm leading more projects.
That's reasonable.
My role has changed substantially from when I started.
I can see that.
I'm grateful for the opportunity to grow here.
We value your work.
That said, I'd like to discuss aligning my salary with my current level.
Let's talk about it.
I've consistently exceeded expectations this year.
Yes, your performance has been strong.
I'd like to discuss a salary increase tied to that performance.
Okay.
I'm proud of the results I've delivered.
You've done excellent work.
I'd like to talk about increasing my base salary accordingly.
That's a fair conversation.
I'd like to be proactive about my compensation.
I appreciate that.
I don't want to wait until frustration builds.
That's a healthy approach.
The promotion is exciting, thank you.
You earned it.
I'd also like to discuss the salary adjustment that comes with it.
Of course.
I'm happy to take on the new title.
Great.
Can we talk about how compensation changes with the promotion?
Yes, let's review that.
I appreciate the expanded opportunity.
We're excited to have you in this role.
Since the responsibilities are broader, I'd expect a meaningful salary increase.
That's understandable.
I want to make sure the promotion is reflected in both title and pay.
Absolutely.
The role carries more leadership and accountability.
I agree.
I'm very interested in the promotion.
Good.
Before finalizing, I'd like clarity on the compensation package.
That's fair.
I'm applying for an internal role and wanted to discuss salary expectations early.
Sure.
The position seems to be at a higher level than my current one.
Yes, it is.
I'm excited about the internal opportunity.
We think you'd be a strong fit.
If selected, I'd expect compensation aligned with the external market for that role.
Understood.
I value being with the company, but I also want the move to make financial sense.
That's reasonable.
Can we discuss the pay band for this position?
Yes.
I've already been doing parts of this new role informally.
That's true.
I'd want the formal move to include a meaningful salary increase.
That makes sense.
I'd like transparency around the compensation range before I go too far in the process.
I can share the range.
That would help me decide whether to continue.
I understand.
The base salary is important, but I'd also like to discuss bonus potential.
Sure.
Can you walk me through the bonus structure?
Absolutely.
If the base salary can't move much, could we look at a signing bonus?
That's a possibility.
That would help bridge the gap for me.
I'll raise it internally.
I'm flexible on structure if the overall package is strong.
Good to know.
Base salary, bonus, and equity all matter to me.
Understood.
I'd like to look at the full compensation picture.
Of course.
Salary is one part, but bonus and benefits matter too.
That's fair.
If the salary is fixed, are there other areas where the package can improve?
Possibly.
I'd be open to discussing bonus, vacation, or equity.
That gives us options.
I'm relocating for this role.
Yes, we understand that's a big move.
Given that, I'd like to discuss either relocation support or a higher salary.
Let's see what we can do.
The cost of living in this area is significantly higher.
That's true.
I'd need the offer to reflect that reality.
I understand.
I'm interested, but the relocation cost is a concern.
That's valid.
Can we discuss a relocation stipend or signing bonus?
Yes, we can explore that.
The move would be a major financial commitment for me.
I appreciate you sharing that.
I'd need stronger support to make the transition.
Let's review the options.
The current offer may be workable in another city, but not in this one.
Understood.
Housing costs here make the number difficult.
Thanks for clarifying.
I know salary bands exist, but I wanted to ask whether there's room at the top of the range.
There may be.
My experience and fit support positioning me there.
We can evaluate that.
I understand there are internal salary structures.
Yes, we try to stay consistent.
I'd still like to see whether my background supports an exception.
I can ask.
I respect the pay band, but I also want the offer to reflect my level accurately.
That's fair.
I'm not asking outside reason, just closer to the upper end.
Understood.
If you can't move the salary, could you at least share how close this is to the top of the range?
I can provide more context.
That would help me assess the offer more realistically.
Okay.
I want to approach this collaboratively.
I appreciate that.
I'm looking for a package that feels fair to both sides.
That's the right mindset.
I received another offer at a higher salary.
I see.
I prefer your role, but compensation matters.
Can you share the number?
I want to be respectful and transparent.
I appreciate that.
Another company offered me a stronger package.
Thanks for letting me know.
Your team is my first choice.
That's good to hear.
But I'd need the compensation to be more competitive.
Let me see what we can do.
I'm trying to make a decision this week.
Understood.
I do have another offer, so timing matters too.
We'll move quickly.
I don't want this to feel like pressure.
I understand.
I just want to be honest about my alternatives.
That's helpful.
I'm not comfortable accepting the current number.
What would make you comfortable?
A base salary of $95,000 would make this much easier to say yes to.
Thanks for being specific.
If we can get closer to my target, I'd be ready to move forward quickly.
That's helpful to know.
I'm genuinely excited about the role.
We'll see what's possible.
I don't want to over-negotiate, but I do want to advocate for myself.
That's completely fair.
The current figure doesn't fully reflect my value.
Understood.
I'm looking for a number that feels sustainable, not just acceptable.
I appreciate that distinction.
I want to join feeling valued from the start.
That makes sense.
I'm prepared to accept if we can resolve the salary point.
Good to know.
Compensation is the main remaining issue for me.
Let's focus on that.
I appreciate the offer, but I'm not ready to accept today.
That's okay.
I'd like a little time to review and come back with questions.
Of course.
Thank you for the proposal.
You're welcome.
I need a day or two to evaluate the full package.
Take the time you need.
I want to make a thoughtful decision.
We support that.
Could I respond by Friday?
Yes, that works.
I'm interested, but I'd like to review the offer in writing before discussing next steps.
Absolutely.
That will help me prepare an informed response.
We'll send it over.
I'm not saying no, I just want to review carefully.
I understand.
This is an important move for me.
Of course.
Could you help me understand the bonus target?
Yes, it's 10% annually.
Is that guaranteed or performance-based?
It's performance-based.
How is the bonus typically paid out?
Usually once a year.
And how often do employees receive the full target?
It varies by performance and company results.
I see equity listed in the package.
Yes.
Could you explain the vesting schedule?
Certainly.
What's the vacation policy?
3 weeks to start.
Is there any flexibility there?
Possibly, depending on level.
Health benefits matter a lot to me too.
Of course.
Could you walk me through the coverage details?
Yes, I'll send a summary.
I appreciate the transparency.
Of course.
The salary is still a concern, though.
I understand.
I'm trying to evaluate the total package fairly.
That's smart.
The benefits are strong, but the base is still below my target.
Thanks for explaining that clearly.
The signing bonus helps, but the ongoing salary still feels low.
I see your point.
I'm thinking long-term, not just year one.
That's reasonable.
The package is competitive in some areas.
I'm glad to hear that.
I just need the base salary to better reflect my experience.
Understood.
I'm not trying to be difficult.
I know.
I just want to make sure the compensation matches the expectations of the role.
That's fair.
I'd like to discuss compensation in light of the results I delivered this quarter.
Okay.
I led 2 major projects and exceeded our targets.
That's true.
I've consistently taken on work above my level.
I agree you've stepped up.
I think it's time to discuss salary alignment.
Let's talk.
I've expanded my responsibilities without a formal pay adjustment.
That's a fair point.
I'd like to address that now.
Okay.
This year I managed more than my original scope.
Yes, I've noticed that.
I'd like my compensation to reflect the level I'm operating at.
Understood.
I'm proud of my performance, and I want to discuss what that means financially.
That's appropriate.
I'm looking for a meaningful increase, not just a standard adjustment.
Let's review the options.
I know budgets are tight.
They are.
Still, I wanted to make the case for why an adjustment is justified.
I'm listening.
Even if an increase can't happen immediately, I'd like a timeline.
That's reasonable.
I want to know what path we're working toward.
I can provide that.
If salary movement isn't possible this quarter, could we revisit it in 6 months?
Yes, that could be possible.
I'd appreciate having that in writing.
We can discuss documentation.
I understand the company has constraints.
Thank you for understanding.
I still want to advocate for myself respectfully.
And that's appropriate.
I don't expect an answer on the spot.
I appreciate that.
I just wanted to start the conversation clearly.
That helps.
I'd like to make sure we're aligned on expectations for the next level.
Good idea.
If I meet those expectations, I'd expect compensation to follow.
That's fair.
What would I need to demonstrate to justify a higher salary?
Stronger leadership and broader impact.
That's helpful.
We can define it more clearly.
I'd like measurable goals tied to compensation growth.
That's reasonable.
That way we both know what success looks like.
Agreed.
If I continue performing at this level, when could we discuss another adjustment?
Likely at the next review cycle.
Okay, that helps me plan.
Good.
I value the role, but compensation is part of retention too.
That's true.
I want to stay, but I also need growth to be reflected financially.
I understand.
I know internal equity matters.
Yes, it does.
I'd still like to understand where I sit relative to the market and my responsibilities.
That's a fair question.
I'm hearing positive feedback on my work.
You've earned it.
I'd like to see that reflected in compensation, not just words.
I understand the point.
I'm not threatening to leave.
I understand.
I just want an honest conversation about value and pay.
That's fair.
I'd prefer to address compensation before I become frustrated.
I appreciate the directness.
I think it's better for both of us.
I agree.
I'd like to avoid comparing myself to others.
That's wise.
I'd rather focus on my results and current scope.
Good approach.
The offer is close, but not quite there.
What would close the gap?
Another $5,000 in base salary would likely do it.
That's useful to know.
I'm encouraged by the conversation so far.
Good.
I just want to see if we can make the compensation more competitive.
We'll do our best.
I don't want to lose momentum here.
Neither do we.
If we can resolve the salary question soon, I'd be ready to move ahead.
Understood.
I appreciate the team's interest in me.
We're excited about your fit.
I'd just like the offer to reflect that enthusiasm.
Fair point.
I'm trying to make a thoughtful, long-term decision.
That makes sense.
Compensation is a major part of that calculation.
Of course.
Thank you for increasing the offer.
You're welcome.
I appreciate the movement.
I'm glad we could improve it.
I appreciate the updated offer, but I'm still a bit short of my target.
I understand.
Is there any final flexibility left?
I'll check one more time.
The revision is helpful.
Good.
If base salary can't move further, perhaps we could explore a signing bonus.
That may be possible.
I appreciate the effort your team made.
Of course.
I just want to make sure I'm not leaving too much on the table at the start.
That's understandable.
We're getting closer.
That's good to hear.
I just need a little more confidence in the package.
Let's see what we can do.
I don't think I can accept at the current number.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I wanted to be honest rather than drag it out.
I appreciate the honesty.
I'm going to decline the offer.
Understood.
It's not about the role, it's mainly the compensation.
Thanks for the feedback.
I really appreciated the opportunity to interview.
We appreciated your time as well.
Unfortunately, I can't make the compensation work.
I understand.
If circumstances change, I'd be open to reconnecting later.
That's good to know.
I just can't move forward on the current package.
Fair enough.
I wanted to close the loop respectfully.
I appreciate that.
I'd decided to go in a different direction due to compensation.
Understood.
Thank you for working with me on the package.
Of course.
I'm happy to accept the revised offer.
Wonderful.
I appreciate the flexibility.
We're glad we could make it work.
I'm excited to join the team.
We're excited too.
The updated salary feels fair, and I'm ready to move forward.
Great news.
Please send the revised offer letter when ready.
Will do.
I'm glad we had this conversation.
Me too.
It helped me feel more confident accepting.
That matters.
Thank you for meeting me closer to my expectations.
You're welcome.
I'm looking forward to getting started.
Likewise.
I'd like to discuss my compensation without sounding confrontational.
That's very possible.
I want the conversation to stay collaborative.
That's the best approach.
I'm not sure how direct to be in a salary conversation.
Clear and respectful usually works best.
So I should be specific?
Yes, and grounded in facts.
I worry that asking for more will make me seem difficult.
Not if you do it professionally.
I just want to advocate for myself appropriately.
That's completely valid.
I'm nervous about bringing up salary with my manager.
That's normal.
I don't want it to sound emotional.
Focus on results, scope, and market value.
I'm trying to prepare for a salary conversation.
Good.
I want to sound confident, not aggressive.
That balance is possible.
I'd like to revisit my salary based on the value I'm bringing.
That's a strong way to frame it.
I want to focus on contribution, not complaint.
Exactly.
I want to avoid saying, I need more money.
That's smart.
I'd rather say my role and results support a higher salary.
Much stronger.
I'm preparing examples of my achievements.
Good.
I want my case to be evidence-based.
That's the right approach.
I'm also researching market salaries.
That will strengthen your position.
I want to be realistic and informed.
Exactly.
I'm thinking of practicing the conversation first.
Definitely do that.
It'll help me stay calm.
And more confident.
I'm moving from contract to full-time.
That's a big shift.
I'd like to discuss salary and benefits together.
Of course.
This role is remote, but the expectations are high.
Yes, it's a demanding position.
I'd like the salary to reflect the level of ownership involved.
That's fair.
The job is fully remote, but I'll still need a home office setup.
I understand.
Is there any equipment stipend available?
There may be.
This role involves managing people for the first time.
Yes, it's a step up.
Then I'd expect compensation to reflect the leadership scope.
That makes sense.
The role also requires travel.
Correct.
Given that, I'd like to discuss whether the package can be adjusted.
Understood.
I'm interested in the job, but the title seems lower than the responsibilities.
That's useful feedback.
I'd want either the title or the pay to better match the scope.
We can discuss both.
The compensation feels a bit junior for what the role requires.
Tell me more.
The expectations seem closer to a senior-level position.
I see your point.
I want to make sure I'm not under-leveled from the beginning.
That's reasonable.
It affects salary now and growth later.
Agreed.
I'd be more comfortable if the offer reflected the leadership aspects more clearly.
That's helpful feedback.
The current number feels more aligned with an individual contributor role.
Understood.
I see a mismatch between the job scope and the current pay.
Thanks for raising it.
I'd like to talk about correcting that before accepting.
Okay.
I know the team has budget limits.
Yes, that's true.
Even so, I wanted to ask whether there's creative flexibility in the package.
We can explore that.
If base salary is capped, perhaps additional PTO could help.
That's something we can look at.
I'm open to options beyond salary alone.
Good.
I value flexibility almost as much as salary.
That's good to know.
Could we discuss work-from-home expectations and time off too?
Yes.
I'm trying to find a package that works practically, not just emotionally.
That's a smart way to approach it.
Salary, flexibility, and stability all matter to me.
Understood.
I'd like to discuss the package as a whole rather than only one number.
That makes sense.
I want to understand the full long-term value.
Good approach.
I'm returning to the workforce after a break.
Understood.
I still want to negotiate professionally and not undersell myself.
Absolutely.
I know I'm changing industries slightly.
Yes.
But many of my skills are directly transferable, and I'd like that reflected in compensation.
Fair point.
I'm making a career pivot, but not starting from zero.
That's true.
I want to acknowledge that in salary discussions.
Makes sense.
I built strong expertise in adjacent work.
Yes, that came through in interviews.
I'd like the offer to recognize that value.
Understood.
This role is a stretch, but I'm confident I can deliver.
We believe that too.
Then I'd like compensation that reflects both the challenge and the value I bring.
Fair.
I'd like to rehearse how to ask for more.
Okay.
I'm excited about the role, but I was hoping for a salary closer to.
That's a strong start.
Is it okay to say, can you do better on the salary?
Yes, but you can make it stronger.
How?
Tie it to your value and target range.
I want to sound firm but not rude.
Then be direct and calm.
So no over-explaining?
Exactly.
Should I negotiate over email or phone?
It depends.
What do you recommend?
Start with a call if possible, then confirm in writing.
Is it okay to pause before answering an offer?
Absolutely.
I don't want to sound unsure.
It sounds thoughtful, not unsure.
I'm worried they'll pull the offer if I negotiate.
That's uncommon when you're respectful.
I still get nervous.
That's normal, but self-advocacy matters.
I tend to accept too quickly.
Then pause this time.
Even if I'm excited?
Especially then.
I want to negotiate without sounding ungrateful.
Start with appreciation, then make your case.
That feels more natural.
It usually works well.
I don't want to leave money on the table again.
Then prepare and ask clearly.
I'm ready to do that this time.
Good.
My goal is to negotiate professionally and confidently.
That's exactly the right mindset.
I want a fair outcome, not a perfect one.
That's how strong negotiations usually work.